Welcome, really delighted to be talking today about claims. And you're a large company, you're fast growing, you're a pretty critical part of the infrastructure. So why aren't we hearing more about WEX in the insurance world?
We like to give the analogy with breathing. So breathing is critical for your survival, for thriving, but you should not think about it. So we will focus on payments, B2B payments, making them more rewarding and frictionless.
Payments that are secure, easy, seamless, auto-reconciling, and in some instances help from an economical perspective. Why would you not?
A virtual payment not only creates that digital experience for the user, but it also creates a very accurate way for the payment to be delivered, plus a ubiquity of access.
Why is it taking the insurance industry so long to be able to discover virtual cards?
I think there's this fear when you say card of not wanting, of suppliers maybe not wanting to accept it. But the truth is that, if it's the right use case and it works for both sides of the equation, on the supplier side, and there's that enriched data that gets passed, it's a less scary thing.
WEX is digital native and supports more than 850,000 businesses. We are very proud to be able to support businesses who operate on a 24/7 basis throughout the year. And we ensure, or our systems have a 99.99 uptime, which is virtually all the time. The last quarter, we didn't have a single failed authorization.
The one thing I want people to take away about WEX from this event is that we want to talk to anyone and everyone about B2B payments, any business. So whether it's partnering directly with an organization to streamline and optimize their payments, or partner through technology partner. We want to talk B2B payments and help you understand how we can simplify the business of running a business.
One great aspect of WEX is that we run the same code everywhere in the world. Our platforms are exactly the same everywhere in the world. So we were able to respond to customer needs that were not doing electronic payments in other parts of the world right when they most needed it. The other important aspect of the payment rails that we use, mainly the virtual card, is the risk aspect. That was really highly called upon with the pandemic, with chargebacks, from suppliers not providing service, or even buyers, wanting to reconcile and understand what they were paying or what they had paid. So the infrastructure that we provide allows for that very, very easily.
We see an almost endless range of payment opportunities come out of the work we do with WEX, because we're looking with WEX to expand our discussions from the verticals that WEX is strong in to the areas where you're expanding. There's a world of business-to-business payments out there that need improving and reforming and speeding up, and we see it's our job with WEX is to do exactly that.
Todd Rissell with E2 Value, and we provide data and values for structures across North America. The reason property intelligence is important, I think it makes a difference between what you're going to make some money or not make some money. And I think the understanding today with what the exposures are, what the values are, and understanding how you can tailor rates or coverages for particular property or portfolio properties. And I think those that are using that are showing that they're exceeding their expectations as far as results, and those that aren't maybe not hitting those same high results. E2 Value is delighted to be partnering with InsTech around this particular event and our other events, because right now property intelligence, this topic has just been, received the attention it deserves, I think. And I think within the marketplace, when you're allocating capital, you want to make sure the folks understand what they're doing and how they're doing with that process.
Digging into this really fascinating topic about how are buildings assessed for their rebuild cost at the point of underwriting, something a lot of people don't always understand the implications of that, but how critical that is in terms of actually ensuring that the policyholders get their payment paid out and insurers know exactly what they're going to be insuring in their portfolios. So what do you look for in the quality of data that you use for rebuilding cost?
As a CAT analyst, I would look at external CAT providers who are as invested in currency and granularity of their replacement costs as we are. In addition to this, the frequency of updates and the ease of integration of those updates into process workflows is important.
When setting rebuild costs, the two things we focus on are the size of the structure, how big is it, and then the use of the structure. So homes are pretty easy because you use them for homes, and that's where size has a big influence. But from the commercial side, it's much different rebuilding a warehouse than rebuilding a habitational, rebuilding a restaurant versus a convenience store, et cetera.
When a claim happens, what happens if that building has been uninsured because the rebuild cost was inaccurate?
The inaccuracy at the time of the claim is really varies from provider to provider, but most cases, the person who bought the policy for financial protection won't be financially protected. They'll go to an 80% clause, the co-insurance clause. So unfortunately, what happens most of the time is the people who are looking for protection don't get any.
My name's Rebecca from InsTech, and I'm here to tell you about Atlas, our new insurance technology vendor and market intelligence database. Covering over 1,000 companies globally and growing, Atlas can help you with your partner identification, competitive landscape evaluation, and investment analysis. If you need to get the most up-to-date information on insurance technology developments, ask Atlas. Using Atlas is simple. Submit your request at instech.co, and one of our analysts will be in touch. Head to instech.co now for more information, or drop us an email at hello@instech.co.
Hi, I'm Holly Miller, Head of Corporate Membership at InsTech.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Boston, InsTech's Research and Insights Director.
We're here to talk about Atlas, InsTech's new insurance technology vendor and market intelligence database. Rebecca, can you tell us a bit more about Atlas?
Atlas is our new tool developed to support our members based on the information we've gathered over the last 6 years from our network. We're having hundreds of conversations each month with insurance and technology providers, which we have collated into Atlas. We also learn about what these companies are doing through the activities we undertake with them. So that's the events, the podcasts, the newsletters, the articles we do. We're also pleased to work with Dealroom, who provide us with financial data. In effect, Atlas is our library of more than 1,000 tech companies, insurance tech companies from around the world, including data analytics companies and tech-enabled MGAs. We can conduct Atlas searches and provide comprehensive insights within a week of a client's request.
We're going to be talking about what you're doing at Chaucer, and really interested to know around what you're doing about innovation. I often describe you and use you as an example of one of the companies that are doing the most in this place.
I think the number one lesson we've learned is probably quite obvious, and that's the need to be working directly with customers when we build the product, and that we can't just build a generic product and try and sell it to anyone. We have to work with very, very specific people on very, very specific problems, and that's where we get the greatest traction and the greatest sales, really.
What it took to be successful now and 10 years ago is definitely not what it will take to be successful going forward. So what are the products that we need to deliver? What are the services that we need to provide? What are the problems that we need to solve are increasingly different, and therefore innovation and innovative thought and an innovative approach is really what it's about to our core lines.
The thinking is that if you have a better EPC cert, that your property may be newer, it might be used as a proxy for age of property or sort of investment in the property as well. Or if it's a lower one, it might be an older property or built around certain times. So they use it for a number of different things, but it's in that sort of underwriting context. But also there's the potential to be proactive as well, to advise clients that your property is of a certain type, you could upgrade to something better, and we could help.
Why is it taking the insurance industry so long to be able to discover virtual cards?
I think there's this fear when you say card of not wanting, of suppliers maybe not wanting to accept it. But the truth is that, if it's the right use case and it works for both sides of the equation on the supplier side, and there's that enriched data that gets passed, it's a less scary thing. Card just throws up flags sometimes for people, especially in B2B payments, and it's hard to wrap their head around taking that from more of a consumer experience to a business-to-business transaction. But really, if you lead with acceptance, which this industry does tend to have good acceptance because people want to be paid quickly, and with, again, that rich data, it can work well.